Hi and hello, my dear students. Welcome to the last topic of this chapter. In this today's discussion, we are going to understand the second periodic trend in chemical properties, that is, anomalous behavior of first members of the second group. Second period. It is the anomalous behavior of first member of the second period. It is an interesting feature of representative elements. They show slightly different behavior than the rest of the members belonging to the same group. Okay, students, welcome to the today's session. All elements are special in their own way, even if there are certain trends that have been observed by scientists over the years. This means every element is unique. Every element is special. How every student is unique, in the same way, every element is unique. Though there are some trend we observe, but still, when you go to the element wise, individual wise, they show certainly different behavior. The elements belonging to the second period display periodic properties that are especially anomalous. Anomalous means what? Something different than the members of the same family. It has been observed that lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine have slightly different periodic properties than the rest of the elements belonging to groups 1, 2, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 respectively. That means they are the first member in their respective family. In the alkali metal, this is the first member. Though hydrogen is there, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium are there. Hydrogen is not taken as the first member of the alkali metals because it is on both sides. By losing one electron, it becomes H plus, behaves like alkali metals, and by gaining one electron, it becomes H1 minus. That time it behaves like a halogen. That's why hydrogen is on both sides. That's why it is not considered as the first member of the alkali metals. The first member of the alkali metal is, it is the lithium, which is different than the other members of the same family. That means lithium not only shows the properties of its own family, it should definitely shows how sodium is there, in the same way lithium behaves, how potassium is there, in the same way lithium behaves. But lithium, apart from showing the similar behavior of the group, it slightly shows different behavior. That is called anomalous behavior. Same case with the beryllium, which is the first member of the second group, boron 13th, carbon 14th, nitrogen 15th, oxygen 16th, and fluorine 17th. They are the first members of their families. They are slightly different than the other members of the same family. Lithium and beryllium form, here he has given some example here. Lithium and beryllium form covalent compounds, whereas the rest of the members of group 1 and 2 form ionic compounds. Here only starts the anomalous behavior. Lithium, first member of first group, beryllium, first member of the second group. So they are slightly different. They are anomalous. Why? If you see their compounds, some compounds of lithium, I am saying not all, some compounds, lithium and beryllium, they show their group behavior. Apart from the group behavior, they also show certain anomalous behavior. So I am repeating once again. So lithium and beryllium, some compounds are covalent. But if you see other members of lithium, sodium, potassium, other members of beryllium, magnesium, and calcium, they are ionic compounds. That means except lithium, in that family, all other members, compounds are ionic. Only it is lithium covalent come ionic. But here in the same case, beryllium also, beryllium, other members, calcium, barium, strontium, radium, all those, they are ionic compounds, they are compounds. Whereas beryllium compounds are not only ionic, they also form covalent. That means lithium, beryllium are behaving differently. One more example. The oxide that is formed by beryllium, when it reacts with oxygen, it is amphoteric in nature. Unlike other group 2 elements that form basic oxides, means beryllium is the first member of second group. When it reacts with oxygen, it forms its oxide, beryllium oxide. It is amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric in nature means what? Oxide which reacts with both acid and the base. They are called as amphoteric. So here beryllium oxide is reacting to both acid as well as the base. So it is amphoteric. This nature is not there with the oxides of the other members of the same family, like a calcium oxide or magnesium oxide or barium oxide or the radium oxide. This is not there. They are purely basic. Only it is a beryllium being the first member, its oxide is amphoteric. This is called anomalous behavior of the beryllium. One more example. What? Carbon, which can form stable multiple bonds, whereas silicon double bond is not very common. Means what? Carbon is the first member of the 14th group. Carbon, if you see, no, it can go for large number of compounds. Its compounds are far more than any other compounds. This nature is not there with the other members of the family. Second is carbon can go for the multiple bond. Carbon-carbon double bond possibility is there. You have seen in the 10th class carbon chapter. And carbon-carbon triple bond is there in the alkyne. And carbon O double bond is there. Carbon nitrogen triple bond is there. So carbon can not only go for the single bond, it can also go for the multiple bond, more than one bond. And this unique nature is there with the carbon first member, not with silicon, okay, not with germanium, in the same family. That's why first born baby in the family or the first member in the family are different. So it has clearly been established that the second period elements are different. All these examples proves that firstborn or the first member in a particular family is different. In fact, they display periodic properties that are similar to the second element of the next group. This is very important. Lithium is similar to magnesium. What is lithium? Lithium is the first member of the first group, whereas magnesium is the second member of the second group. That means first member of the first is showing somewhat similar to the second member of the second. And beryllium to aluminium. Beryllium is the first member of the second. Aluminium is the second member of the 13th. That means they are showing somewhat similar properties to their next group's second member. That is what? Diagonally. In other words, they are diagonally related. Let us see. Now the next question is why they show different properties than the other members, though they are in the same family. Why slightly we find some different behavior, some anomalous property? Why? What is the reason? What are the causes? So here are the causes. Small size of these atoms. First members in every family. Once again I am repeating, this is seen in the S and the P block only, not in the D and the F. They are different because D orbital, F orbital, depend upon the arrangement we can discuss. Okay, so this is seen in the S and the P block, that is representative elements. That too in the second period. Why? They are the first member of their respective family. Why they are different? Because of the small size. Second reason is high electronegativity. If you compare lithium's electronegativity with the other members in the same family, the bottom one, cesium, if you compare, lithium is more electronegative. So when it is more electronegative, so certain properties are explained on the electronegativity ground. Whereas this electronegativity is there with the cesium in the same family, but very less, so that property is not taken care. So because electronegativity dominates in the lithium compared to other members, it is slightly different. Large charge by radius ratio. If you take out the charge of this first member and its radius ratio, it is very large. What happens if the charge by radius ratio is large? So when this ratio is large, that means these elements can polarize the one who is coming. For example, if lithium wants to approach the chlorine to form lithium chloride, so lithium being small size, okay, when lithium is what? Atomic number 3, configuration 2, 1. Okay, first is hydrogen, second is helium, third is lithium. Okay, lithium, after losing one electron, it becomes lithium 1 plus cation, which is very small. So lithium charge 1 plus, and take out the radius from the data table and divide it, you will get ratio. That ratio is very large. What happens if it is large? If the ratio is large, it can polarize the chlorine ion. What do you mean by polarization? It can drag the electron of the chlorine instead of giving its electron to the chlorine to go for the ionic bond. How ionic bond is formed? Ionic bond is formed by transfer of electron. This happens only with other members, but not with lithium. Lithium being small size, large charge by radius ratio, when chlorine approaches the lithium cation, lithium will not give its electron. It says it will impact on the chlorine valence electrons. It can polarize. It can bring the electron near to the lithium. Thereby, it will prefer not to transfer, to go for sharing. When they go for sharing, a covalent bond is formed. So this is the impact. These elements also have only 4 valence orbitals. That means with lithium, what is available? If you see the configuration, it is 1s2, 2s1, 2p is there, but khali, it is there. Okay, so with lithium, only 2s and 2p are available. In 2s, how many orbitals? 1. In 2p, how many orbitals? 2px, 2py, 2pz. Totally 3 orbitals are available. So 3 orbitals with 2p and 1 orbital with 2s. Totally 4 orbitals are available with the lithium. That means whether it is reacting with the chlorine or anyone, it can make use of only these orbitals. No, whatever orbitals are available with lithium, with that it can go, it can share, it can transfer. Okay, so only 4 orbitals are available with the lithium, whereas other members, if you go to sodium and the potassium, cesium and the francium, with those atoms, 3d entry is there, 4f entry is there. That means more number of orbitals are available with other members. This is not there with the first member. Okay, so because D entry is not there, F entry is not there, they want to go for more bond. Impossible. Why? Orbitals are not there. So, but whereas in the case of other members, at least 3D is there. Whether it is filled or empty is there, no. Other electron can come and sit in a 3D in the other cases. So this is not happening with the case of lithium. Because of what? Less number of atomic orbitals available for bonding. Therefore, lithium cannot go more than 4 valency. Whereas other members, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, can go for more than 4. See here. For bonding as compared to the 9 orbitals available with other members. See, in the case of sodium, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. It has entered the third principal quantum number, third. In 3, what are there? S is there, P is there, D is there. So 3s is available for sodium. 3p, there are 3p available in case of sodium. There are 5 3d available in the case of sodium. So 5 3d, 5 plus 3, 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9 are available with sodium. Whereas lithium only 4 are available. So their maximum covalency is 4. Whose maximum? Firstborn. Lithium's maximum covalency. Maximum bonding is what? 4. This is why boron can only form Bf4 minus, whereas aluminum can form AlF. You please see here. Boron, the first member of 13th, with that also less number of orbitals available. It can take only 4 orbitals, only 4 fluorine atoms, whereas the next member, aluminum, in the same family, has taken the 6 fluoride atoms. It can take more. Why? More orbitals are available. So more fluorine can come and make the bond.